Hi everyone, and welcome back to my Culinary Wellness Wisdom series. Today I want to talk to you about being more sustainable and ethical. So the concept of healthy living covers everything that we expose ourselves to. So I really want to encourage you to pay attention to the products that you are using, and where possible opt for those that are more ethical and sustainable. Now, organic, ethical and sustainable often come at a premium price, but not always. So just do the best that you can with the budget that you have. One person really can make a difference, so the effort really is a worthy cause. So sustainable and ethical purchasing, it's not just about the ingredients in a product, but covers everything that went into making that product. So it's the source of the ingredients, the journey that the ingredients made, the health and safety of the workers, that the workers receive a decent living wage, what their ethical business practices are, their carbon footprint, and much more. Now, some of the things that you can look out for include labels on products and doing some research on the company information on their websites. Now, some of the things to look for will be whether or not they are a cooperative, a B Corp, or a social enterprise. Now, these kind of businesses challenge the purely for profit business model, and they consider the interests of other stakeholders, such as the workers or the environment. One thing to be cautious of, though, is something called greenwashing, which is where companies and organisations mislead their consumers by making them believe that they or their products or their services are more ethical than they really are. Now, this happens a lot in food advertising, and either advertising or in the packaging that it comes in when, for example, a healthy scene is depicted. You know, maybe it's someone running on the beach, but the product is full of sugar. There's a number of labels that will show that the product or the company has met certain targets by regulatory body. So there's a label organic, which is regulated by the Soil Association, vegan by the Vegan Society, fair trade by the Fair Trade Foundation, and cruelty free by the Cruelty Free International. And these show that the company and or product has met certain requirements set by these organisations. So look at whether or not they use reusable, biodegradable or compostable packaging. Now, where is the product made? Is it made locally, or is it being shipped thousands of miles to get here? And who's delivering the product? So I thought I'd share a few of the products that I use to inspire your journey to being more ethical and sustainable. So on the personal front, if you're using like makeup removal wipes, try and move away from them. They're not sustainable or very good for the environment. I use these organic reusable makeup wipes. So I can use these and wash them and reuse them over and over again. And they're becoming really readily available now. But maybe try and get it in one of your local health food stores instead of ordering it off of Amazon. You can even make them, you know, if you're a dab hand with a needle and thread and you've got some old towels hanging around, then try your hand at making your own. If you're using cotton buds, buy biodegradable ones. Those little mini straws do terrible things to sea life. Do you use deodorant or an antiperspirant? did you know that antiperspirants come under the classification of a drug? Well, certainly in the US they do. Because what they do, they block the body's endocrine glands, which makes sweat, which stops us from sweating. And the way in which they do, they block those glands is by using an aluminium or aluminum, if you're in the States, based ingredient. So look for a product at least that doesn't have aluminium in there, that doesn't have parabens, or looking to switch into a deodorant that doesn't mess with the sweat function. That's what a deodorant is. A deodorant is about masking the smell, not stopping you from sweating. Now I use a refillable deodorant by Wild. These are available online. I have a subscription service, but you can also get them in Sainsbury's. And the refills come in these little 100% compostable packaging. So it's literally you pull this apart, you drop the old packaging out, you drop a new one in, and you got a new deodorant. And they've got a range of scents, and I find it to be an excellent deodorant. Now, I mentioned parabens before. Now, these are chemicals that serve as artificial preservatives in cosmetics and body care products. Now, the concern with parabens is that they disrupt hormone function, and studies are ongoing to the risk that they present. Now, looking to get in face products that are paraben free. I use a range called Face Theory, but there's a number of organic products out there that you can choose that are vegan, they're organic, and they don't have these chemicals in them. Now, I've just signed up to it's a UK trial for refillable toothpastes. So I get 2 tubes of toothpaste, a daytime one and a nighttime one. And every however many weeks, I think it's about every 6 weeks, they send me a little refill that is in sustainable packaging. I take off these clips, I refill my tube, and I reclip them. So there's plenty of other options for toothpaste. So these ones are fluoride free. You can get ones that are organic. So there's a lot of different options out there. Now, during menstruation, I use a combination of a moon cup. And you can get these. These are just like the panty liners. They're washable. You can get all sorts of different sizes of these. So they're just washable. You can actually get 100% biodegradable ones as well. So a lot of these can have plastics in them, so look for biodegradable. And you can get menstruation pants now. So there's a lot of options for a more ethical use of products when you're menstruating. I use a cotton flannel, and I use a loofah in the shower. Now, in the household stuff, at the kitchen sink, my sponge is made of cellulose plant fibres. So this is it's made of plant fibres, and they last a really long time. Same as these compostable sponges. So these are great for wiping down the sides, and say they're compostable. I use dish scrubbers. These are made of coconut. They're a fibre. They don't scratch, but they give you that scouring properties that you need sometimes. And then I've used like these little wooden brushes. So again, they're all biodegradable. Now, I don't use bleach. White vinegar is my preference. It's a great household cleaner. It's super cheap. It's great for cleaning as it's a natural disinfectant. Use it to descale the kettle or anywhere where there's limescale built up. Now you can add your own essential oils. So this is one thing that I use a lot, is different essential oils to help, because tea tree, for example, is a really good antibacterial, and they make them smell a lot better than that vinegar taste. So yeah, that's just a selection. Now, I'm sure that you are using others, and I'd love to find out more about what you're using. Now, in the comments, I'm going to put a link to the Ethical Consumer website, and it's a blog post on how to shop ethically with some more suggestions and how you can become a more ethical consumer. So please let me know what kind of products that you're using and what you think about the ones that I've shared with you. Well, thanks very much, and I'll catch you again next week. All right, bye.